16th, and excited to be with you all today or tonight or good morning or wherever you are and when you listen to this live stream. I missed last week with Labor Day here in the United States, and just felt I was going to take a little extra time for myself. Been feeling that a lot these days, and the kind of message today that I really felt called to share is kind of burst out of maybe this past weekend, maybe starting towards the end of last week, on self-compassion and self-honesty. This idea, when we're really busy in life, sometimes we can forget or just kind of lose track. Hey Pam, good to see you. When we're busy, our life's busy, we can just kind of lose track of ourself. And as a sensitive person, an empath, any combination thereof, it is so important. I'm going to say this probably every single time, how important it is to cultivate self-compassion. Hey Tim, welcome. On Instagram, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, shoot me a post so I can see you. Sometimes it doesn't come up right away, but I will see it eventually. So yeah, this past week, just really diving a little deeper into that self-compassion and slowing down. I don't know if you all are feeling that in any way in your life, the importance right now of really tuning in to the subtler parts of yourself that are maybe asking of you to pay attention. So self-compassion and self-honesty. This self-compassion thing, something I've been really focusing on for almost 2 years now as a sensitive person and an empath, to really understand how I'm harsh on myself and how the things that I take in, realizing if I need to hold that or I need to release it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about also why we say yes and why we say no to things. Sometimes as a empath and sometimes you're feeling the other person and you say yes when you mean no, or you might even say no when you mean yes. So here we go in this middle of September. For those of you that are a little astrologically interested and inclined, I like a little bit of that information. I find it really fascinating just how in sync I am when I check the astrology, kind of surface level stuff, and just kind of see, oh wow, that's exactly what I'm talking about right now, what's coming up. So right now, this week, we have a new moon. So again, a good time to slow down. And I believe it was the 13th last week. So we're just a little bit into Mercury. Mercury is usually what people talk about. Mars retrograde for a couple of months, I think into November. And this is a time of deeply, especially for us that you're feeling a sense of pain, burden, the need for some relief, stress relief, maybe a perspective shift to really just let go. So Mars is teaching us right now in retro how to support ourselves, how to manage our energy, how to make decisions that are in line with our soul more deeply. So yeah, that's always an important thing, but it's even more juicy right now and supportive if you take this time. It's like the windows opened up to support us to go even deeper without having to kind of really put a lot of effort. It's just the door is open in these areas of self management in alignment with our soul. So, and this has been really big for me. I'll share some specifics kind of in our talk, but in my friends circle of empaths and sensitives, I've talked to various folks who have found that their idea of what was the direction they were going, there's some part of it that's taking a turn. Like one friend of mine said, I just thought I was going to do it this way, and then I was shown, in order to be in alignment with myself, I had to really flip things around to make it work. So for me, I'm finding that as well. I've have a lot of projects going on in my world, from rebooting my various practices and online presence. I have a pretty large caretake role with my mother right now, who has dementia, which has been a huge learning and challenge, and learning to let go, learning to just be present with what is, learning about myself as a mirror through her. I've talked about that a lot on this show. So yeah, so this, and then also some of you may know the yoga center that I founded back in 2018, Knoxville Kundalini Yoga. We have evolved into Yoga for Life, which is a nonprofit, and it's different kinds of yoga and holistic support for the community. Weekly classes, 100% donation based. The regular weekly classes. So there's a lot on my plate that's starting new, and I've had to learn a new way to take care of myself. It's like just slowing down and notice the subtler Michael. The subtler Michael that's trying to push to accomplish things versus the subtler Michael that's just asking for some just open space so I can relate to my soul a little bit better and the direction, and make sure I'm not saying no when I mean yes, or saying yes when I mean no. So I can be true to that. And many of us highly sensitive and empathic people, when you feel someone else wanting you or would love for you to do something or be a part of something, for some of you, as I know for me, you feel that and you want to take care of and do that thing for that person. But in that moment, you may completely leave yourself if you're not connected with yourself. And those are the types of things that we're going to just touch on. And in the guided meditation a little bit today, we're going to just share some perspectives on that. Because in those moments are the key, the super key, as to when to catch and learn how you give yourself away. Sometimes we do things and there's a difference when choosing to do something to help people, or knowing that's what you have to do and you can commit to it. But when you make a decision just because you want to make the situation just kind of smooth over in the moment, that's when we kind of lose ourselves, because it doesn't really help either person, because we're doing something we don't really want to do, and we're also maybe leaving someone else that maybe want to do it out of an opportunity, and potentially letting down or just creating a rift between someone we love. And that rift may be really, 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 really subtle, because we're so used to saying yes when we mean no, or could be a no when you really want to do it because you feel like, oh no, I have to do this. I grew up around a mother, and I learned that too. And sometimes I really want to do something and I'll say no because I don't want to, make people or feel like I'm putting upon people, which is a self-worth thing. they may love most of the time when I tell them I feel that way. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Michael, we want you to do this. That's why we asked." So I don't know if you've experienced that as well. Sometimes you'll say no for some reason when you really are wanting to do it. There's a part of your soul. So this series is all about dialoguing and discussing the real stuff of how to really stay in check with our beautiful essence. And when we're sensitive and our bodies have been through trauma or intense situations, it's that a lot of times the body that's stored some of, whether it's past life. I've had some very powerful stories lately. I might share one in another time. Or something that was just traumatic physically. The body can just turn you away from something, even that you want to do. So it may be different levels of unconscious operating. So yeah, it's important, and I invite you just in this talk today, just if there's anything in your life right now that's bringing you a little bit of frustration, a situation or anything, just to open up. It's just a willingness. If you could start with just being willing to go a little bit deeper within yourself to find the answer to why that pain or suffering keeps returning in that situation, because in that is the answer. Our emotions and pain, it comes for a reason. It comes to tell us, whoa, we're off track. And if you're like me and you've had some particular trauma that kind of disconnected you from that pain, you can just go, wee! And it can take lots of different kinds of help. We talk about all kinds of spectrums, from body awareness and support help to mental support and all that. But it all starts with just learning how to slow down and meditate and get help where we need it. So before we do our meditation, I wanted to throw one other little perspective on this topic. I really like this perspective. It relates to, for any of you that have listened to one of my shows where I talk about the positive, negative, and neutral minds. So sometimes when we kind of our unconscious is running the show, and usually when that's happening, there's a level of pain or suffering that's also going, when we are sidestepping our true self in situations. Yeah, so here's another way to think about it. I think this guided meditation is going to maybe help as well with this. But thinking about looking through rose-colored lenses, or dark colored, shaded, tinted lenses versus a crystal clear lens. So if we're looking through rose-colored glasses, or feeling through that rose-colored softness and fluffiness, sometimes we can perceive everything about a situation as, oh, this is just so good, it's that. But in that, sometimes we're not being completely realistic. We're looking through a rose lens, which is softening everything and getting us a little distorted perspective. So that's one way. And it also relates to our positive part of our mind, which looks for goodness in things. But sometimes that positivity is tainted by beliefs. So then there's the dark colored lenses. When we step into a situation, I also think when you think about rose color, rose tends to have a high vibration, so it's kind of can be artificially raising the vibration on something, so that you see it through a manipulated perspective, just as looking through dark lenses is like looking at the negative or a lower vibration of the perspective. So sometimes we can throw a negative, oh, I don't like that because that, like, it's kind of negative mind, or that dark lens or dark filter tries to protect us from something. So our ego mind can protect us from something that may be different than we're used to, but might be really good. So think about that dark colored lens. If you're looking and feeling through that lower vibration, then it's also tainted and manipulated from our mind or our old patterns. But what if, as we develop our intuition, we learn to look through, we clear those lenses, and we just can look through this crystal clear perspective of seeing things just as they are. And when we can do that, we're actually seeing multidimensionally. When you can see things as they are, you're not just seeing through your higher perspective where everything's perfect and all of that, but you're also seeing in this human realm the way things are, and how, when you take certain actions, they get certain results. But if you're just looking up here, which is oftentimes a pattern that I had for a long time, you sometimes can forget or disconnect from what's going on down here, which can be really common for empaths and sensitives, because to feel safe, you want to stay in that sparkly high frequency, but we need both. We totally need both working. We need to see this full spectrum and be open to that, so we can make decisions that are for our best interest. And one thing that I grew up learning, and to this day it's such a beautiful teaching, is what blesses one blesses everybody. So when I take care of myself, I am actually aligning the universe for the highest good for everybody. When I'm in self-compassion, I'm not taking away opportunities from other people by trying to do something, or trying to just be for myself, be a martyr, to do so many different things at once. You may have your own. Some folks are afraid to even do things because they don't feel good. So there's so many different kind of perspectives. But what if we can put on our crystal clear lenses and see some things from a little clearer perspective? So yeah, think about that. Chew on that a little bit this week and see if maybe you have any insights for yourself on how to more clearly manage your energy to really honor yourself and create a win-win in all situations from that core. So that was kind of, you know what? I want to share an example because I'm working on being a little bit more story oriented. I like to talk. That's the Gemini in me. So I thought I would share through the rose-colored lens thing an experience of how I look through the rose-colored lenses as well. One very powerful one. It's a financial story. So I was taught and had a model that would put on rose-colored glasses, so to speak, and go and buy things that were fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I would have a tendency in following that. I did it the last couple of years. I found that I started to accumulate some debt that I didn't really want, But I kept looking, oh, that's okay, because things always get taken care of, which I've always had happen. So even when I do that accumulation of some debt, something happens where I can pay it off. But I want to consciously shift that pattern so that I can be more in the moment and act from this moment with the resources I have right now. So I found that when I have that rose-colored glasses on and start doing things that are kind of beyond my current means, I lose myself in the moment as well. So, finances was an example for me. And even when everything works out, it's still beautiful to know that you can choose here. You can choose and be more empowered and be more resourceful by being in the moment and making moment decisions that are connected to the way things are right now. And you can still have the long time vision. So there's one for the rose colored lenses that this last year or so that I was really become aware of. So I'll share one from the dark colored lens, looking through the lower vibration. So a lot of times I wouldn't feel worthy of help. So if I didn't know how to do something, I would research it and try to do it. And I was looking through a dark colored lens. I was lowering the vibration because I didn't feel worthy to ask for help. But what I found out when I started, I've really been working on this the last couple of years of asking and engaging help where I need it. I would tell people I didn't feel worthy, or I would say, or that I thought I might be, wasting their time or whatever, if it was little types of help. And I would always get the answer back, that is so not true. That's your own pattern. I want to help you. Even in little ways. So there was one of my dark lens patterns. So as we go into this meditation, I'm going to guide you a little bit into exploring through these three lenses in one or two situations, just so you can get a feel in a relaxed state and actually inquiring within yourself. So let's get comfortable. I would invite you, if you are one that likes to lay down but doesn't fall asleep per se, you can kind of stay conscious. Feel free when you're listening to this to just kind of lay down in a comfortable place. You can release the lower back by putting like a pillow under the knees. You can also sit in a chair on the floor in a comfortable meditative position that you can really let yourself fall into this. And sometimes these guided meditations, you want to be comfortable. So laying down for some people may be the best way to kind of alleviate any pain from sitting. So we're going to start with a little bit of breath work, maybe 3 minutes at the most, just to help you clear your channels. We use the breath to clear the nadis so that we can release stress, energy, tension, thoughts, emotions that may be sticky or stuck out of the way. And sometimes our nadis in our head keep us from thinking clearly. So breathing through the nose as one of the breath patterns helps us to move the prana through the brain and up and down the spine in a way that's different than mouth breathing. But we're going to do a little bit of both. I love personally this breathing practice because it will do a powerful clean out in a short period of time. If you're sitting, you can always do the little Gyan mudra that can be helpful for creating expansiveness. for your meditative state. If you like to feel a little more grounded in your sitting, I like the Buddhi or Buddha Mudra, kind of where you put one palm in the other. You can touch the thumbs together and just rest them in your lap. Whatever feels good to you. So, inviting you just to relax into your own beautiful laying down, sitting, whatever's right for you. And as you gently close your eyes, inviting you just to kind of relax the eyes, but kind of connecting like you're looking through the eyelids a little bit for this breath work, and then we'll just let it go as we release this breath pattern. And as we kind of relax into this state, inviting you to just allow your angels, your higher self, whatever that sense of guidance or wisdom or presence that's loving and supportive, that's expanding and grounding and all-encompassing in compassion and healing and relaxation, to just surround you right now. Just allowing yourself to really connect with your breath. The gentle inhales and exhales. We're going to do this practice where we inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth and puckered little O-shaped lips, exhale through the mouth. And we're going to inhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth, and finally inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nose. And then we'll start again. So let's begin slow, long, and deep at your own pace. I will call these off for a little bit, but then just do your best to take full, deep breaths, balancing the in and the out the best you can. And if at any time it's too much, just slow down. So here we go, breathing nice, slow, long, and deep, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the nose. Starting over, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Just another minute or so. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Just relaxing your breath. Letting your breath just come into its own rhythm. Allowing yourself to feel that expansive space and go into that expansive space that's opening up as your body is just relaxed from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Just going to imagine ourselves just walking into a little gentle white or color of your spirit's unfolding little hallway with a door that's right in front of you. And just feel allowing that higher self that's guiding you, your angels, your spirit guide, to just help you feel totally and completely safe as you come a little closer to that door right in front of you. And when you're ready, I just invite you to put your hand on the doorknob or the handle or however it looks to you and your inner vision or inner feeling, intuitive sense, and just gently open the door. I'm seeing as I'm guiding and you today this beautiful sandy beach with ocean waves and a beautiful sunset. But be open if you see something that's unique for you. Just allowing this beautiful sunset on the beach, feeling the sensations of that beautiful vibration, the smells, the sounds, and the colors of the sunset to just take all of that beautiful vibration in. Noticing what those colors really look like to you, and notice how they make you feel in this space. This beautiful space, just allowing this energy of this new moon that we are in right now, just this slowing down, this clearing out and opening up of a new cycle for you, just letting yourself just feel and connect to, maybe you see in your visual or feel or hear or smell in your intuitive sense something that helps you navigate into that essence of letting go, so now as you just kind of relax into this beautiful scenery and the sensations of that inner world, invite you to, and if you would like to feel a little extra safe, you can even invite your angel or your guide to bring into your awareness some particular situation or relationship with another person or people, however they show up for you, that may be causing you, whether you're aware of it consciously or not, a little bit of pain or suffering. Just allowing that person or situation to maybe meet you on the beach or meet you in that peaceful place where you can begin to explore what kind of lens that you may be seeing this situation through, so you can get a little different and maybe new perspective on it right now. Do you feel like or sense that this situation, that there might be a little bit of a dark tinted lens that you're looking through, maybe dimming your perspective, or maybe a rose-colored glass where you're seeing things better or hoping that they're better than they are? Just allowing yourself, your angels, your higher self to show you how that lens that you may be seeing the situation through, or combination of lenses, that may be creating some of the suffering or pain or tension or stress. Might you be saying yes to a situation or overextending yourself that's causing some pain or discomfort? Or might you be actually under extending yourself, not reaching out and holding your power back where your essence is calling you? In this situation or relationship. Let's invite that higher self and that support, that inner support, to put on, what if we could take off the rose and the dark lenses and put on and see through this crystal clear intuitive lens that can really allow us to see exactly clearly how and what we're doing, so that we can love ourselves. You can love yourself in this moment with compassion. You can see this from a neutral lens. The crystal clear lens is neutral, so that you can embrace and accept maybe a new perspective, that you can honor your own power. And even inviting a reclaiming of that power within you now, that human energy, your soul energy, to allow itself to come back and rest. And maybe in this visualization, in this safe place, you can receive either an opportunity to slow down into the vibration of your essence, and maybe receive a specific answer to how you can make a change. Speak up in a way that you didn't, or create a boundary that helps you feel safe to come back to yourself. And maybe in exploring that boundary, maybe you've taken on some energy of someone else, and you could just simply give them their energy back. Maybe you can feel that in your own body, in some place that's tight. And you just simply give it back to them with love. And invite your own essence back to fill that place. Because to fill that place with someone else's energy means that you're going to have to vacate some part of you if you pull theirs into that place. Just taking that in, allowing yourself and your angels and your higher self just to celebrate with you this opportunity. And even if you notice some guilt or shame, we can just embrace those emotions as the perfect tools. Those two help take us to our soul and our truth. So making a change may mean, when you step back into this human space, that you greet a little bit of those emotions that may have, or you may have disconnected from, in order to allow someone else's energy or that situation to occur. Our mind has to disconnect, so let's imagine reconnecting our mind and our emotions, our human and our divine, and all of those pieces back together, inviting and being willing for that to happen. And just letting that person or situation, maybe thanking it if you can, if that feels appropriate for this opportunity. Or maybe you can feel the boundary or the clarity of the separation that's needed, or the collaboration that's needed, whatever direction that's needed for you, and honor that and open up to it. And taking one last view in of the space that you're in as you let that person or situation go back to their own journey. Taking in the beautiful colors, noticing if the sun is set even more or what's changed. Taking in the senses of the smell and the sounds of wherever you're at, and realizing how important that is to being present in this process. Those are your gifts in this human experience, that delicious sensing and remembering how yummy that is. And opening up to creating that in your awake state, that presence. And when you're ready, just turning around and noticing that door, walking back into that hallway. Maybe the color's changed even for you, or it looks different. Just letting yourself and your higher self and your angels, just letting you gently relax back in and fall back into your body and this human experience a little deeper, bringing in all of the wisdom and the awareness is that you've received, and planting all the seeds that you've needed to take some next clear steps to more on purpose and intentionally creating your life from the inside out. A simple new perspective and a shift and a change in action, or how we relate from the inside out, can recreate your entire experience more in line with joy and happiness and peace. It's that simple. And just relaxing, leaving you with this space to finish your morning, afternoon, evening, whenever this is for you, and looking forward to connecting with you next week. Next week will be a little spontaneous like this one. We'll see what message or direction we go. But lots of love to you. Hope this supports you and just with maybe what you need for this particular part of your journey. Lots of love. Have a good one and see you soon. And would love to hear from you. Feel free to message me or reach out, saying hello to Ivy and David and all of those that waved on Instagram as we were doing the meditation. Bye.